A very good morning to all of you.
ನನಗೆ ಯಾರು ಏನು Coming together is beginning, keeping together is progress, but working together is coming together is beginning, keeping together is progress, but working together is success. It's an indeed mantra. It's omen to start every vocation with Saraswati Vandana. A very warm good morning to all. Today we all have gathered here for one-day online national level workshop on constructivism. The resource person of this workshop is Sarmishta Sahu, Associate Professor Physics, Maharani Lakshmi Ammani College for Women's Science College, Bengaluru. Firstly, may I now request our respected principal, Dr. L.D. Horkere sir, to welcome the gathering. Over to sir.
Yes, am I audible? Morning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. A warm good morning to one and all. KLE Society is one of the premier educational societies started in the year 1916 by the 7 dedicated teachers whom we respectfully call them as Saptarshis. Now the society is running 275 plus institutions all around the globe under the able, strong and dynamic leadership of our Honorable Chairman Sir, Dr. Prabhakar P. Kureji, well supported by the Board of Management, Board of Life Members, Executive Body of KLE Society, Belagavi. The society is running LKG to PG centers in all fields of education, including 2 universities, KLE Health University at Belagavi and KLE Technological University at Hubballi. PC Jabin Science Autonomous College is a prestigious college of North Karnataka run by KLE Society. PC Jabin Science College is popularly known as Cambridge of Karnataka for its excellence in higher education. The college has been accredited at A level by NAC with 3.43 CGPA. Now the Department of Physics of our college is hosting this one-day online national level workshop on constructivism. So for this national level workshop, we are having with us Sarmishta Sahu, former Associate Professor, Maharani Lakshmi Ammani College for Women, Science Post, Bangalore. So on behalf of our college management, staff and students, I extend a warm and sincere welcome to Madam Sarmishta Sahu. Welcome you, Madam, to our college.
Thank you very, very much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Now the request Dr. P.R. Jirgal sir, Head of Department Physics, to introduce today's resource person to our esteemed audience.
Good morning to each and everyone. I, Dr. P.R. Jirgal, Head of the Department, would like to introduce the resource person of today's workshop. Sarmishta Sahu, who is the resource person of today's workshop, was born and brought up in the historical city of Cuttack to famous lawyer Dinabandhu Sahu and Harmoni Sahu. Her parents have been her guiding force in her life. After her studies in prestigious Raven Shah College, affiliated to Utkal University and a very good track record, she moved to Bangalore to spend her married life. She is the first girl student of Odisha with a National Science Talent Scholarship during her student life. She served the MES college for a short period of time before she moved to Maharani Lakshmi Ammani College, Bangalore. Teaching is her passion. That is making bright students soar is her mission. She has won prizes in national competitions of innovative experimental physics 6 times in a row. Learning new techniques in computational physics has won her prizes in national competition of computational physics thrice too. Both conducted by Indian Association of Physics Teachers. India, she guides her students to participate in intercollegiate competitions and won prizes wherever they go. She has authored books again for students of physics with Professor Kala N and others. She has a total of 17 books to her credit. She wishes that aspirants of physics largely benefit for them. Lately, she is publishing physics, teaching aspects and pedagogy in national and international journals. The Department of Physics, under her able guidance, conducts a number of workshops for students and many more for teachers and technicians of the departments. Most of the workshops have been funded by Bangalore University, UGC, IIPT, IPA, and other national groups and industries. Now she is a coordinator of the Ammani, IIPT, and Meshika, an institution for teaching physics by experiments. She has retired as the head of the department from the Lakshmi Ammani College and is actively involved in training teachers and students. Sarmista is going to be with you showing experiments of physics during this workshop too. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you very, very much, sir, for a wonderful time and
Thank you, sir.
introduction.
Today's workshop has 3 sessions. First session on multiple reflection and solid angles. Second session on simulations using spreadsheet. And third session on virtual lab. Before moving ahead, I request all the participants kindly mute your audio and video. If you have any doubts or questions during the presentation, please type them into the chat box. We will also have time for questions at the end of every session. Now, without further ado, we will turn the time over to Sarmishta Saho, Associate Professor Physics, to begin with our very first session on multiple reflection and solid angles. You can start this session, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very, very much. A wonderful, wonderful introduction and welcome. I'm extremely grateful to the authorities of KLE College, the principal and the head of the department of PC Jabin Science College, and the teacher, Dr. Veena, who has been initiating this program to start with, and of course, all the children who are present over here. I'm extremely proud to be associated with KLE colleges, one of which I'm always there in Bangalore. So it's a happy moment for me to be with you girls, and we will have a wonderful session provided you make it interactive. You participate in it wholeheartedly. And I would request you to kindly give your views and your answers in the chat box as and when the whole workshop proceeds. I don't want you to keep quiet and me talking whole time. Okay, so I'm expecting you will give your answers not at the end of the session, but at every now and then in your chat box. I'm sure you are aware that there is a chat box where you can write whatever you want. So please do enter as the workshop progresses, so that I know what you feel, what you don't know, what you know, and we will have a proper interaction throughout the day. Okay, as this tiny girl has already mentioned, the first topic will be on multiple reflections. So all of you will think, what is so important about multiple reflection? Why should we hear about multiple reflection? We have learned it in class 6, and we have also seen it happening every day. Okay, so that is why I want you to be aware that everything that you are seeing around you, there is science in it, and how we can learn science from the day-to-day things around us. So that is the reason why the topic is on multiple reflection. Okay, So what I will do first is, probably I will show you the PPT, one or two slides of the PPT, get your information that you have already about the topic, which is known as constructivism. Then we will proceed with some activities. And based on the activities, we will understand what exactly we are doing for the day and for our whole science life as it comes. Okay. So first, let me share the PPT for a few minutes before we go ahead. I think you need to, I mean, it is disabled for me. Could you kindly make it possible so that I can share?
Now you can share, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Right. I hope you can see the
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
PPT.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah, you can see. Now, what can you see? What are you seeing? Please tell me, what are you seeing? In the picture that I am trying to show you, what are you seeing? I want you to answer. I want you to write it on the chat box. Where is the chat box? How do I go to the chat box? Because I want you to write on the chat box. Okay. So please do write. What are you seeing? Numbers. Very good. Mathematical operations. So what comes to your mind? When you look at the numbers and the mathematical operations, what is coming to your mind? What can you do with these numbers? How can you use this mathematical operations? What is their connection between constructivism and mathematical operators and numbers? Yes, I want you to answer. What can you make out of numbers? What can you do with numbers? What can you do with mathematical operators? Yes, I want you to please write. I know that you know, and therefore I want you to write. Okay, now people have started scribbling on the PPT. Please don't do that. Can I request you not to do that, please? Okay, even then, I don't mind. Please tell me, what do you understand by numbers? What do you understand by mathematical operators? How can you use them? Write it in the chat box. Yes, you can calculate, you can count, you can add, you can multiply, you can solve problems. Wonderful, wonderful, excellent. I'm extremely happy. And that is what is known as constructivism. So what do you understand by constructivism? You already know. You are telling me, when I see something, I observe it carefully. I then make sense of whatever I observe, see how I can use it in my learning, in my doing, in my studies, in science, in whatever I am doing, and add it to my life skills. And that is what constructivism is all about. So what you are learning is by yourself. I did not tell you anything. You only told me that there are numbers. You only told me that there are multiple operators. You only told me that you can calculate with it. We can solve problems with it. You can do whatever new things you can think of. So many different choices you have given me. I can do with this. And that exactly is what is constructivism. Okay. So constructivism is a pedagogy of self-learning and doing. Did you learn it all by yourself by looking at the picture? Or did I tell you or somebody else told you what you can do with these numbers? Did you do it or did I do it? Answer. Please write in the chat box. You came to the conclusion what you can do, or did I tell you that you can do multiplication, you can use mathematical operators, you can do this, that, this? I or me, you? Wonderful, wonderful. We got that. Yes, and that is what is constructivism. And I want you to realize, yes, this is constructivism and this is how we can go about doing it. So who am I? Everything has been told. You are aware of it. And therefore, what happened? I'm not able to move it. Okay. So this is who I am, and all of you have already heard about it. Sir has very nicely put it in words, who I am and where I am from. And my purpose is to be with you. So that is why I am there in front of you. So look at this statement, constructivism. The mind can put together those ideas it has and make new complex ones. Every day we are learning something new, something different, something more from whatever we know. How are we learning it? We are learning it all by ourselves. We are looking at things, finding out what they are, understanding what they are, seeing, trying to do something with it. Whatever knowledge we had previous to a thing, seeing that, we are trying to join it together and make something more and more complex and learning a little more. You knew that there are some operators in mathematics, plus, minus, dot, square, etc. You saw those on the slide. Then immediately you made the connections. You said, yes, mathematical operators are used for calculations. It is used for problem solving. I can do this and I can do that. Now you will actually use it in some place and try to make sense out of it. So that is what is constructivism, and you are doing it. You are the owner of your knowledge. Teacher is not the owner. Teacher is only guiding you, facilitating you, telling you, okay, if you have not seen this, please see. If you don't know this, please know it. But she or he, the teacher, cannot make you learn. Whatever you are learning, you are doing it by yourself because of your facilities that you have, the brain that you have, the sense organs that you have, and everything else that is yours. Okay, so you are the owner of your knowledge. Now, please do not scribble on the PPT. I request you. Okay, because if you scribble, we can't see the picture. The moment I say don't scribble, you are scribbling more and more. I request you, children, it is for you. It is for you to understand what is going on. So please don't think. Anyway, even if you wish to do it, no problem. Now, if you can see through the scribbling, what is the picture about? I want you to answer. Please tell me what is the picture is all about. Can anybody tell me? What is the picture all about? And I want you to tell me. I don't want to tell you anything. You can see the picture. Little they are scribbling. Little more picture is visible. From the picture, you tell me what is the picture all about. Anyone? And I want you to answer. I don't want to tell anything. I have just put the picture for you to tell me what it is all about. What is the picture about? Magnifying for keen observation. Excellent, Raj. He is using a magnifying glass. Excellent. Wonderful. What else? What else? What else are you seeing? Only the magnifying glass or something else? Yes, picture is not visible. I'm sorry, Umesh. I'm really sorry. Yes, the book has, the child has a book on his lap. He's looking at it carefully. Excellent, wonderful. So the child is indeed looking at the book with the magnifying glass. But do you think the child knows what the magnifying glass is all about? Does he know what is the function of the magnifying glass? Look at the child, hardly 1 year old. Do you think he knows what the magnifying glass is? No, he doesn't know. Then why did he do this? What made him do this? Who told him? Did his mother tell him, take the magnifying glass and look at it? Out of curiosity. Wonderful. Wonderful, Chamraj Gowda. Excellent. It is out of curiosity. He is discovering something. He is doing it all by himself. He has watched maybe his mother or grandmother or grandfather was using a magnifying glass to read the newspaper. He has seen him. And by looking at him, he has now gathered this knowledge that when you are looking at a book, maybe if you put this glass, whatever it has with a black handle in front of you, you can see it better. That is his knowledge. He is trying to discover new things from the activity that he has seen his mother or grandparents doing it. So is he putting the magnifying glass in the right place? Yes or no? When you use a magnifying glass, is he holding the magnifying glass properly? Yes or no? No? Yes, I think he is holding the glass properly. He is holding with the left hand handle. Right hand, he is putting the magnifying glass close to the eyes. Perfectly fine. But he has not realized that he cannot see through the magnifying glass. If the magnifying glass is so close to his eyes, it has to be closer to the letters. Maybe he has not understood, but gradually he will find out. He needs some adjustment. And who will do the adjustment? He may do it himself. He may also wait for somebody else to do it for him. Maybe his mother will see him. You're putting the magnifying glass close to the eyes. It should be closer. So he will push, the mother will slightly push the magnifying glass. To his surprise, he will say, I was seeing something haphazard or blurred. Now I'm seeing something which is more clear. So maybe this is how the magnifying glass has to be kept. And he will immediately change over because he has understood what is the way he can use the magnifying glass. So all this is happening because of his effort. He is going to pick up the knowledge. He is going to see, watch, and then learn for himself. He will realize what is the function of the magnifying glass, what is there in that book. He doesn't even know letter writing. I'm sure he is only 1 year old. He may not even know that there is something written on the book, but then he will gradually understand, and then he will become a bigger person with more knowledge, all by doing it gradually, slowly, making all these simple things that he is watching around a part and parcel of him. And he will become a wonderful, knowledgeable person one day. And he will use all that knowledge that he has acquired throughout his life. It is not going to stop in class 1 or class 2. He is going to use whatever he acquires over the period throughout his life and build himself into a better and better person. Yes, so this is all about constructivism, which all of us are doing it without knowing that, yes, we are learning, we are increasing our knowledge all by ourselves. And that is what is called as constructivism. It is given a word, it is given a particular spelling, but construct is we are constructing. Okay, so now I think I will stop sharing the PPT because I can see that you are becoming restless and you are starting to share. I'm sorry, what? Scribbling on the PPT. So we will do it without the PPT. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm glad. Now, do you understand what constructivism is all about? Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you understand? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Now what I want you to do is I will do some activities and I want all of you to see those activities. From that, you will tell me what you have understood, what it is all about, what you are going to pick up from that, what knowledge you are going to make out of it. It is all for you to do it. Okay. Now for me to show you, I want all of you to kindly pin my picture so that whatever I show will be visible to you clearly, and then only you will be able to interact. And I'm happy that you are interacting very nicely, and I want you to continue interacting. Okay, so what I will do is I will show you some things in front of me. I will do and I will show you. So we are going to talk about multiple reflection, and all of us know what this is. What is this? What is it? Please write it in the chat box. What is this? It is a mirror. All of you know about it. Every morning you use a mirror. When you get up from your bed, you come out, you look at the mirror, you comb your hair, you brush your teeth, you keep your face clean, you put powder, you do whatever you want to do. You are seeing yourself in the mirror. So if I keep my finger in front of the mirror, okay, I have put one finger in front of the mirror. This finger I'm putting in front of the mirror. What are you seeing? What are you seeing? Please write it on the chat box. A reflection. What do you mean by reflection? I don't know. I don't know. What do you mean by reflection?
Ma'am, I'm
Yeah.
sorry for the disturbance. Now you can share the screen, ma'am.
No, no problem. I will do the activity and teach them. No problem.
Okay,
I can
ma'am.
see that they are becoming restless, so we'll leave that. No problem.
Okay, ma'am, you can.
Okay. So we'll do the activities and we will learn. Now they cannot scribble on my picture, can they? No, they can't. Okay. So it's all young children's inquisitive mind. They want to see how the picture looks with their art. So that is why they're making the art on my picture. Fantastic. Keep it up. Now we will do some activities and then we will understand what we are doing. Now, if I put my finger over here, what are you seeing? Somebody is telling reflection. Yeah, I don't understand what reflection is. Image of the object perpendicularly inverted. Okay, image of the object. Raj says it is image of the object. Yes. So my hand is only one finger, but you are seeing another finger behind the mirror, and that is called the image. In science, in physics, we call it image, and therefore he is also calling image of the object. My finger is the object, and what I'm seeing behind the mirror is the image. Excellently. And he is also mentioning perpendicularly inverted. What do you mean by inverted? Inverted means if my finger is like this, it is looking like this. Is it looking like that? If my finger is like this, is it looking like that? Like this. That is what is called inversion. My finger was upward pointing. Now it is looking downward pointing. Then it is said inverted. So when he's told perpendicularly inverted, I'm just right to left, left. Okay. So what he is telling by inversion is, he's telling my right part of the finger is looking like left, and so on. That is called lateral inversion. Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. So you are seeing a lateral inversion. Wonderful. Okay. My nail to me is looking to my right. Okay. But in the picture, for a person behind the finger, it is looking to his left. But for me, it is looking like right, because I am the observer right now. Okay, now that is what he is talking about, is lateral inversion. Fantastic. Now, if I move my finger a little further away from the mirror, what is happening to the image? I moved it a little more. I moved it a little more. What is happening to the image? Just see, I brought it closer, 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 closer. Then I brought it, took far, 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 far. What is happening to the image? It also moves. Fantastic. It also moves. So the object moves, the image also moves. If the image goes closer, if the object goes closer, does the image also come closer? Yes, beautiful, wonderful. It is equal. Somebody is telling that the distances of the object and the image from the mirror are equal. Wonderful. So these are all observations that you are making from the mirror, and you are concluding. Once you have concluded, you have now gathered that much of knowledge from the activity. And that is what is now getting stored in your brain. It is connecting with whatever you knew. You knew all this, not that you did not know. You knew all this. So you are now going to connect them and make it a complex factor. And you will be able to use it more and more of that in your future activities when you are working with mirrors, objects, images, and so on. Fantastic. So let's now forget about one mirror. I want to play with two mirrors. So what I have done is, I'm just showing it to you. I have taken two mirrors, one mirror over here, another mirror over here. I have put it on the cardboard and pasted it. And these two cardboards can move like a door hinge, so that the angle between the two mirrors will change. Understood this? You can also do it. Where will you get these mirrors? Oh, it is available everywhere. I have put a little bit of sellotape behind that because this mirror was thick enough. I don't need any cardboard. And I have made it like this. And you can make the inclination between the two mirrors. What is inclination? Inclination is this angle between the two mirrors. So you can do that by simply putting a little bit of tape. Where will you bring these mirrors? If you are aware, it is available all around you. Your mother might be using a powder. The powder box has been used. There will be a mirror inside it. Somebody must be using lipstick. The lipstick box will have a mirror in it. Your kajal box will have mirror in it. These are all lady products. So you will say, where will I get it? Maybe your mother has it. You can use it. In her old purse, it will be there. You can pull it out from there. There'll be many other places. I really can't think of. You should tell me where all you can get mirrors. You can bring two mirrors and connect it and then play with it and understand. Now, since you don't have it with you, I will do it. But I would have preferred if you did it yourself. But unfortunately, not today. Now, what I'm doing, I am going to keep the two mirrors exactly in one line. If I keep it exactly in one line, and if I keep an object in front of it, if I keep, I can say multiple reflection, then you will give me. Okay. If I keep one object, how many images can you see? I kept one object, this pink eraser, in front of it. How many images can you see? Please answer, write it in the chat box. How many images did you see? You are seeing two images or one image? One image, one object, or is it two images? One image, one object, total is two. Yes, all of you are writing two. I'm calling this one as my object. So if this is my object, how many images can you see? One image. Amar, very beautifully put it. One image. You can see one image. One object plus one image, totally it is equivalent to two. That two that you are writing obviously is referring to the object and the image. In one mirror, I saw this. In two mirrors also, I'm seeing this. What is new? If I keep this mirror away and I keep it over here, just one mirror, then also I can see one object. And when I keep this two mirrors in one straight line and I keep an object, then also I'm seeing one image only. There is nothing different. Nothing different. Okay, doesn't matter. Even if it is not different, there is some difference that I want you to see. You have over here a D. Okay, and this D is making an angle equivalent to, this straight line is making an angle equivalent to 180 degrees. Okay, so you have made 180 degrees ka ek paper. This line is making 180 degrees. This angle is equivalent to 180 degrees. I will keep that D in front of the two mirrors when the two mirrors are making an angle equivalent to 180 degrees. What are you seeing? I kept a D, a shape orange color D in front of the mirror. But what am I seeing through the two mirrors? I want you to answer, please. What are you seeing in the two mirrors? You are seeing a circle. Excellent. You are seeing a circle. What is the angle at the center of a circle? What is the angle? 360 degrees. Wonderful. It is 360 degrees. What was the angle over here? What was the angle over here? 180 degrees. So when I keep the 180 degrees, the angle between the two mirrors, I see the image, I find that the image and the object is making a circle which is equivalent to 360 degrees. Fantastic. You are observing and you are telling me that the object space is over here, the image space is behind the mirror, the object space and the image space is making 360 degrees when the object space is only 180 degrees. And you also told me that one object gives me one image, totally two. Fantastic. Now I just want to change the angle between the two mirrors. Please pin it. What happened? The shared content is fit to the screen. See the original click. What happened? Something happened. I'm not seeing. I want to pin my picture so that, what happened? No, what happened? I'm not able to pin my picture. Yeah, I guess. Okay, I think I have done it. Okay, now what I'm saying is instead of 180 degrees, I want to keep an angle between the two mirrors 120 degrees. How much is it? 120 degrees. The angle between this line and this this whole angle is equivalent to 120 degrees. Okay, this line and this line is 120 degrees. I want to keep the two mirrors at 120 degrees and see what number of images I'm getting. So I kept it so that the two mirrors are at 120 degrees. Okay. Now, the moment I keep the two mirrors and see at 120 degrees, what am I seeing? Please tell me, what am I seeing? The orange piece that I kept in front of it was 120 degrees. I kept the two mirrors along those two lines to keep it at 120. Again a circle. Wonderful. Again, you have seen a circle. Therefore, at this point where the circle is making the center of the circle is, the angle made by the circle is 360 degrees. When I kept the angle between the two mirrors at 120 degrees. Beautifully said. Now I want to keep my object and see how many images I will get. I will keep it so that I get images and I will see the images. Now please see. How many images are you seeing? How many images are you seeing? Images. Yes, Malyama, 2. You are seeing one object over here. The moment I keep the object, you are able to see where will I put so that you can see. You can see 2 images, right? So there are 2 images plus 1 object, totally 3. 2 are images, 1 is an object. The angle between the 2 mirrors was 120 degrees and the angle of the object space and image space was 360 degrees. Beautifully said. 360, 120, 2 plus 1, 3, all that you have told me and I am seeing that. I am myself also seeing it that I am getting 2 images plus 1 object when I keep the 2 mirrors at an angle of 120 degrees. Beautiful. Let me now try it once more. Something is happening. I'm seeing some pattern. Are you able to see any pattern? I don't know. I want you to tell me what is the pattern that you are seeing. Okay. Now I'm keeping at an angle equivalent to 90 degrees. How much is this? 90 degrees. Ulta I am showing. It is 90 degrees. Okay. So in that 90, I'm going to keep the 2 mirrors at 90 degrees. And when I keep it at 90 degrees, what do I see in the 2 mirrors which are inclined at an angle of 90 degrees? What do I see? A circle. And you told me before that circle is making 360 degrees when the angle between the 2 mirrors is equivalent to 90 degrees. Now I'm seeing 360, 360, 360 every way. And whatever be the angle, once I put it at 120, once I put it at 180, once I put it at 90, every time 360 is common. Okay, so something is there. I'm now going to put an object and I will ask you to count the number of images. How many images are you seeing? How many images are you seeing? I'm keeping it in front of you so that you can count. 4 images? You are writing 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Is it 4 images? How many images can you see? I'm asking you how many images can you see? How many images can you see? Yes, 3 plus 1. Fantastic. Somebody has told it. There are 3 images plus 1 object, totally 4. But there are only 3 images and 1 object, giving rise to 4. Fantastic. So in all these cases, now let us look at it. In all these cases, I said, first time, 180 degrees, I got object and image in 360 degrees. And total number of object and image, I got it 2. Is there any connection between 360, 180 and 2? Anybody can tell me what is the connection between 360, 180 and 2? Write it in the chat box. Write it, please. And I know you know it. It's not that you don't know. You're smart children. You can absorb, you can observe, you can make sense of it. You can create what is there in that connection. You can see the pattern and I want you to write the pattern. So what is the connection between 360, 180 and 2? Yes, 180 into 2 is equal to 360. Fantastic. So now you are saying the circumference of the circle is decreasing. Okay, somebody else is telling circumference of the circle. I'm asking you now, what is the relation between 360, 180 and 2? And Gangadhar has very nicely told, yes, the relation is 180 into 2 is equivalent to 360. Fantastic. Or I can also say that 360 divided by 180 is equivalent to 2. Does it mean the same thing? 180 into 2 is equivalent to 360 or 360 divided by 180 is equivalent to 2. Will it be different or same? A different way of telling the same thing. Yes or no? Yes, it is 360 divided by 180 is equivalent to 2. Fantastic. What was that 2? The 2 was equivalent to 1 image plus 1 object. Let us see whether it is satisfied in the case of, we can calculate using the formula n is equivalent to 360 divided by angle. I will give a question mark, Raj. We will think about the formula in a minute. But I don't want you to learn something from the textbook and give me the answer. I don't want. I want you to analyze and give me the answer. Okay. So we saw that at angle equivalent to 120 degrees, the total angle was 360 degrees and we got 2 images plus 1 object, totally 3. Is there any connection between 360, 120 and 3? 360, 120 and 3. Raj, please answer. Raj, please answer. 360 divided by 120 is equivalent to 3. That is what you are trying to tell when you are writing n is equivalent to 360 divided by angle. I do not know what. Yes, beautiful. So you have put it, Chamaraj has put it, 360, 120 into 3 is equivalent to 360. Somebody else, Chaitra says 360 divided by 120 is equivalent to 3. Excellent, excellent. Somebody else, Gangadhar says 360 divided by 3 is equivalent to 1. All the three things are one and the same. It is fantastically related, and you are telling me different ways of telling the same thing. You can say 120 into 3 is equivalent to 360. You can say 360 divided by 120 is equivalent to 3. You can see 360 divided by 3 is equivalent to 120. Beautiful, beautiful. So you have now seen that the relation is something similar for 120 and 180. Is it applicable for 90 degrees? 360, 90 and 4. We got 360, 90 and 4. Okay. So is there any link between them? Is the link something similar to what you are telling me right now? Please tell me. Is it similar to what you are telling right now? 360, 90, 3 plus 1, 4. 3 images plus 1 object, 4. Is it similar? Yes, yes. 360 divided by 90 is equivalent to 4. Beautiful, beautiful. So you have done it. You have done it. 360 divided by 90 is equivalent to 4. 360 divided by 4 is equivalent to 90. 90 into 4 is equivalent to 360. So the situation that you were talking about is having the same format. You are able to see that there is some sort of a link between all of them. Now, if I say, let me find out, is there anything this pattern can give me a general formula? What will the general formula be look like if the angle between the two mirrors is equivalent to theta and the number of images is equivalent to n? Can you write a general statement of what you were writing for each specific situation? I want you to write a general solution, a general equation between the angle theta, 360, n number of images, and of course the object is 1. Always I'm putting one object. So can you tell me now what it could be the relation? Can you write whatever you are writing in terms of theta and n and 360 and 1 and all that? Raj, not correct. What is that n standing for? N is what? I want you to tell me what is n. N is equivalent to the number of images plus the object. I am asking you write the number of images. No, if it is number of images, it is not okay. Again, angle into number of images into object. No, not into object. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Everyone, 120 PCM 039. 360 divided by angle minus 1 is equivalent to n. Beautifully said, beautifully said. N, according to Raj, was images plus object. If it is images plus object, it is correct. But I was telling you, number of images alone is n. If I ask you what is n, number of images, then the relation that 120 PCM 039, her name is not written, is beautifully expressed. N is equivalent to 360 divided by angle minus 1. Every time when you were writing that number 4, number 3, it was number of images plus the object. So she has very beautifully written, if the number of images is equivalent to n, then it is equivalent to 360 divided by the angle minus 1 is equivalent to n. Beautifully said. Okay. And this formula, I will call it, is the formula discovered from this activity by whom? 120 PCM 039, and the formula will have that name. 120 PCM 039 law is n is equivalent to 360 divided by angle minus 1. Where did she or he get it from? She got it from the activities that she is seeing right now, analyzing it and giving a hypothesis. So this is a hypothetical formula that she has observed, or she has come to a conclusion all by herself from the activities that she is watching. She is analyzing She's coming to the conclusion that maybe this is what it is and what is the relation. I am giving her hats off. I am actually hats off to you. So you have given me the law that what is the relation between the angle between the two mirrors and the number of images. Beautifully said. But I say that, okay, this law is not complete. Why it is not complete? Because you have seen only three events. For 120 degree, for 80 degree, and for 90 degree. Can you conclude just with three situations? No, 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 no. You have to test it in more number of places and check whether your formula is correct or not. If your formula is correct, it should be true for first case, second case, third case, fourth case, umpteen number of cases. And then only you can conclude that, yes, this is the law that I am giving between the angle between the two mirrors and the number of images. So let us try it out. I will not put the thing object in front of the mirror. I will just ask you question. Remember, who has told this law? 120 PCM 039 has given the law between the number of images and the angle. What is the law? The law says n is equivalent to 360 divided by angle minus 1. Suppose my angle is equivalent to 60 degrees. How many images should I get? Tell me from that law. How many images should I get? If my angle is equivalent to 60 degrees, how many images will I get? Kiran, it is 360 divided by theta is equivalent to n plus 1. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. I will get 5 images. Totally, object and image will be 6, but I will get 5 images. Wonderful, wonderful. So you have used the law and you have given me another situation. Can we try it out? I want you to check. Yes, what you are saying is correct. So what I did, I'm taking the 60 degrees. Okay, I'm putting it over here. And then I'm checking what you are saying. You are telling me that it will be 5 images plus 1 object. And I will check it over here. Can you see it? I have to show it to you. Now you can see the full circle. I'm sure you can see it. I'm putting an object and you can now count the number of images. I have to keep it even closer. Yeah, how many images are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 images plus 1 object. I can see. Can you see? Yes or no? 5 images. Excellent. 5 plus 1, 5. Excellent. So it is true that you were telling. If I keep it at 60 degrees, I should get 5 images plus 1 object. So you have passed the test of time by telling me one situation. Now I'm asking you, suppose I keep it at 45 degrees. How many images will I get? Number of images. Please note, number of images. How many images will I get? Use the law. You only gave the law. So you use the law and tell me. Malikanjan, he's telling 8. 8 plus 1. Raj is telling 8 plus 1. You're jumping the gun. Now tell me. When I keep it at 45 degrees. Beautiful. Varsha. Akshata. Yes. Raj. 7 plus 1. 8. Wonderful. So when I keep it at 45 degrees. 360 divided by 45 is 8. One of them is an object. So 8 minus 1 is equivalent to 7. Therefore, the number of images will be equivalent to 7. Beautifully said. I want to check it once. So whether you are telling me correctly or not. So again, I'm keeping it at 45 degrees. Okay. And I will keep it at 45 degrees and see whether I'm getting a full circle or not. Then I will also put my object and count the number of images. I don't know whether I can show it to you. I don't know whether I can show, but I'm trying my best. How many images are there? Very difficult to see because the angle is becoming so small. I'm putting one pin. How many images can you count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7th one is behind this. Okay, now you can count. Very difficult for you to count because the angle is small. Let me count it for you. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Beautiful. It is 7 plus 1, 8. Fantastic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Beautiful. It is beautifully It is true, whatever you are saying, it is exactly behaving the same way. I am getting 7 images plus 1 object, and it is beautifully coming out to be that your equation that you had suggested is going to hold for, it did it for 60 degrees, it will do it for 45 degrees. I'm sure you can also use it for Nebret. Suppose I keep it at 30 degrees, how many images will I get? 11. Varsha, beautiful. If I keep it at 20 degrees, how many images will I get? If I keep it at 20 degrees, how many images will I get? 20 degrees, 20 degrees. 30 degrees, 11. Beautiful. Somebody had told 17. Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, 17, 17, 17. 18 is number of images plus the object. 360 divided by 20 is 18. 18 is number of images plus object. Therefore, image is equivalent to 17. You are doing it beautifully. So your equation is correct, and the equation has been done by PC Jabin College. Degree students, who it was? Tell me who it was. Beautiful. One of you, and of course, all of you have understood because so many of you are answering correctly. It was just so happened that one person could write the answer properly, but all of you have understood that, yes, this is the answer. Now, are you be able to check? Yes, if I study like this, then it will become part of me. I will be able to create and apply it everywhere. Isn't this a wonderful way of acquiring the knowledge all by yourself? You don't have to take the help of anybody if not necessary. You can do it all by yourself. You can see what is happening. You can connect one thing with the another and come to the conclusion. Check out all whatever you were seeing, whether it is correct or not, and then come to the conclusion that this is what it is, and this is what my complex knowledge that I have acquired today will be part and parcel of me. I am the owner of that knowledge. Okay, won't it be a moment of pride to say that, yes, I have discovered this and I know what it is. I will be able to use it in my lifetime, wherever it is. Okay, now let's see how we can use it all over everywhere. Okay, now I'm just asking you a question. You told me that this formula is 360 divided by angle minus 1 is equivalent to n, where n is the number of images. You checked it so many times and you told me correctly every time. Suppose I keep the two mirrors at 0 degrees. How many images should I get? If I keep the two mirrors at 0 degrees, how many images should I get? And I want you. Yes, somebody has told, Varun, infinity. Why did you say infinity, Varun? Can you explain it to me? Why are you saying infinity? Who told you that it will be infinity? Infinity, ma'am. Yes, it is infinity. But who told you? Anything divided by 0 is infinity. So 360 divided by 0 is equivalent to infinity. Therefore, n is equivalent to infinity minus 1 is also infinity. And it is true. That means you are using your equation. You are seeing all the situations for different angles. And even for 0, you put the thing value into that equation. And you gave me the answer that there are infinite. Have you ever seen when the two mirrors are kept at 0 degrees? How many? If I keep it like this, angle is 0 degrees, but how will I keep the object? I can't. Okay, I can't. Then how will I get infinity? So what I'm doing is I'm taking two mirrors and I'm keeping it parallel to each other. If the two mirrors are parallel to each other, will it be in, I think, 0 degrees between the two mirrors? Tell me, yes or no? If I keep the two mirrors parallel to each other, what is the angle between the two mirrors? Angle between the two mirrors. Difficult for me to show. Can you see how the images are formed when I keep the two mirrors parallel to each other? Can you see how many images you are getting? Many. Look at that. Many, because I have kept the two mirrors parallel to each other. Okay, and parallel to each other means the angle between the two mirrors is 0 degrees. Beautiful. Parshuram is telling very confidently, yes, it is 0 degrees. And if it is 0 degrees, how many images can you see? Is there any end to that number of images? I don't know. You can only see a few of them. But if you look at it carefully, you will realize that the image is one behind the other, one behind the other, one behind the other, and many, many, many. You have actually seen this happening in the barber shop when you go for your haircut. You see, you sit down in front of the barber, and the barber will usually have two plain mirrors on either side in the wall, and you can see yourself. How many yourselves you see, you don't know, but you can see them, and that is where the two mirrors are kept parallel to each other or at 0 degree. So your formula that you have told me is perfectly satisfied for all the angles that we can think of, but there is a clue, there is a hitch, and I want you to tell me what it is all about. Many, 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 many. Yes, many, many, infinite. So there are many. Okay. Now, if you don't ask me, I will put the question to you later on. So just now you gave me a number of I think images for different angles, and I'm just jotting it down. Do you have a paper and a pen close to you? Yes or no? Do you have a paper and pen? I want you to use your pen and paper and do this for me. Okay? For me or for yourself, you will find out for your thing yourself. Okay. So you told me that the number of images is n. I'm writing the value of n. And the number of angle between the two mirrors as theta. First time we kept theta equivalent to 180 degrees. How many images did I get? Can anybody tell me? For 180 degrees angle, how many images did I get? One. 120 degrees, how many images did I get? 2. Very good. For 90 degrees, how many images did I get? 3. Very good. Suppose I keep it at 72 degrees, how many images will I get? Anybody? 4. Very good. Yes. And if I keep it at 60 degrees, how many images did I get? 5. When I kept it at 45 degrees, how many images did I get? 45 degrees, 7. Very good. When I kept it at 30 degrees, how many images you told me you will get for 30 degrees? 11. Very good. For 20 degrees, how many 11 angle? No, let's stop at 30. Too many values I don't want. Okay, now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whatever we did it in degrees, I want you to write it in angles. Okay. Now, if I want to write theta instead of 180 degrees, I want to write it in radians. How much will 180 be? 180 is equivalent to how many radians? I'm purposely doing it in radians. You will understand the link yourself. I don't have to tell. 180 degrees is how many radians? Anybody? A circle is 360 degrees. So it is equivalent to how many radians? 2 pi radians. 360 degrees is 2 pi radians. So 180 degrees is how many radians? Quickly. Pi. Yes, it is pi. Now 180 degrees is pi, but listen to me carefully. I wish to write instead of pi 2 pi by 2. Will it be wrong? Instead of writing pi, I will write 2 pi by 2. Will it be wrong? No, it is correct. It is 2 pi by 2. 120 degrees is how many radians? Can anybody tell? 120 degrees is how many radians? You said 120 is equivalent to 360 divided by 3. 360 is equivalent to 2 pi radians. So 120 will be how many radians? Why no? No, man. Yes, 2 pi by 3. Beautiful. 120 PCM 03. I think PCM students are winning over the others, it looks like. And they're immediately coming out with the answers. Wonderful. So 120 degrees is equivalent to 2 pi by 3. Beautiful. 90 degrees is how many radians? I want you to write it in 2 pi only. 90 degrees is how many radians? Huh? 2 pi by 4. Yes. Somebody had told me 2 pi by 2. I didn't say yes. It is correct. But I want you to write it in 2 pi. So it is 2 pi by 4. 72 degrees is how many radians? 72 degrees is how many radians? 360 divided by 72. You quickly do it and then you will get 2 pi by 5. Akshata. Excellent. 60 degrees is how many radians? 60 degrees is how many radians? What is this, Sandeep? 7 by 18 pi. You're writing something that you wish to write. Yeah, you are testing me. Very good. Excellent. 60 is how many? Yes, 2 pi by 6. 45 is how many radians? 45 is how many radians? 2 pi by 8. Beautiful. 30 degrees is how many radians? Yes, 2 pi by 12. Okay, we'll stop over here. So all the angles of theta, we wrote it in radians, 2 pi by 2, 2 pi by 3, 2 pi by 4, 2 pi by 5, etc., etc. And we also have the number of images. When I was changing the angle from 180 to 120 plus 72, 90, etc., etc., what was happening to the number of images? When theta was decreasing, what was happening to the number of images? When theta was decreasing, theta is the angle between the two mirrors. If it was decreasing, what was happening to the number of images? I want you to tell. Increases, beautiful. So something is decreasing, something is increasing. When theta was decreasing, n was increasing. When theta was increasing, n was decreasing. How will I write this relation? How do we write two things which are related like this? One is increasing, one is decreasing. Yes? Inversely proportional. Varsha, beautifully. It is inversely proportional. So suppose inversely proportional is a word, then I'm saying I want to write that inversely proportional between theta and n. How will I write? If I want to say n and theta, the relation, how will I say that it is inversely proportional? You know. Yes. Theta is inversely proportional to the number of images. I can say n is inversely proportional to 1 by theta also. Inversely proportional means n is proportional to 1 by theta. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, now what I want you to do is, I have the values of n. Please write down the values. I also have the values of theta in another column. In the paper, you write down n in one column, theta in another column. I want you to plot a graph on a plain paper. If you don't have a graph paper, no problem. Your n is changing from 1 to 11. And your theta is changing from 2 pi by 2 to 2 pi by 12. So I'm sure you can draw now. Since I'm asking you to plot a graph of n on the y-axis, please note n on the y-axis and 1 by theta on the x-axis. N on the y-axis and 1 by theta on the x-axis. So on a plain paper, if I want you to make an estimate, the maximum number of divisions on the x-axis and y-axis according to your data should be roughly 12. So I want you to make 12 points equidistant on the y-axis, 12 points on the x-axis, and then put the corresponding scale and plot a graph of n versus 1 by theta. And I want you to do it all by yourself. Wherever you are, take your paper and pen, pencil, whatever it is, make an estimate, plot the points and draw the graph and tell me what is the graph looking like. N on the y-axis, 1 by theta on the x-axis. Please note, don't change 2 pi because everywhere there is 2 pi, 2 pi. Make 2 pi common and then you can make the graph quickly. You don't have to use your calculator or anything. Simply by looking at the numbers, you can make your graph, n on the y-axis and 1 by theta on the x-axis. And I want you to please do it. Don't say that it is a very simple thing, I can do it and therefore I will not do it now. I want you to do it now. Okay, please do it. Yeah, there are people who are coming in now. Okay, so please, who will do it first? I know all of you can do it. It's not that you can't do it. Plot n on the y-axis, 1 by theta on the x-axis. What are the values? I will read out the values once again. N is equivalent to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 11. 5 points I have. N is equivalent to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 11. And theta is equivalent to 2 by 2, 2 by 3, 2 by 4, 2 by 5, 2 by 6, 2 by 8, and 2 by 12. But theta is equivalent to this. 1 by theta you want to plot. So write 1 by theta first in the column and then you will plot so that you don't make mistakes. Write 1 by theta is how much and then you plot. Yeah. Yes. I want you to plot, please. When you do it, you will realize and you will get the reward yourself. I don't have to do anything. You will yourself tell me, oh, this is what it is. Acha, I'm saying plot a graph and you write the values first. N is equivalent to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 11 on one axis, one column. And the corresponding theta values in radians, I'm telling, is 2 pi by 2, 2 pi by 3, 2 pi by 4, 2 pi by 5, 2 pi by 6, 2 pi by 8, and 2 pi by 12. Plot a graph of n on the y-axis and 1 by theta on the x-axis. Varsha, I hope I am clear. N on the y-axis and 1 by theta on the x-axis. Plot it, estimate of the graph. I don't want you to spend too much of time on a graph sheet perfectly and all that, not necessary. Even if you do it on a plain paper, make equal distances on the axis and plot it, it will come beautifully. 2 pi is common, keep it common and simply write the numbers and plot a graph. 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 11, 12. If you write the numbers and plot the graph, it is enough. That is why I converted it into radians, so that it will be easy for you to plot quickly. I hope you are doing. I'm waiting for your answer. I want you to answer. I don't want to do it myself. I have done it. I'm also doing along with you. Slant line, ma'am, Vimla Kulkarni, beautiful. Is it a straight line or a parabola or a curve or a circle or what? Is it a straight line or a parabola? It is a decreasing curve. Decreasing curve. Okay. 119 PCM 133 is telling me a decreasing curve. What do you mean by the decreasing curve? I don't know. It is a slant line. Vimla says decreasing curve. Please plot n and 1 by theta. Are you plotting 1 by theta or theta? I think you are plotting theta. That's why. Please plot. You told me n is proportional to 1 by theta was your answer. So when yes, decreasing, increasing, you are telling, that means you are not plotting 1 by theta. Plot n versus 1 by theta. N versus 1 by theta. If you do it, you will know why I'm asking you this. Yeah, please do it. Please do it. Those of you who have plotted n versus theta, I want you to plot n versus 1 by theta. Straight line, Ramya Deshpande, excellent. Keep it up. Wonderful. It is a straight line. It is a straight line. And it is it passing through the zero? It is a straight line. Is it passing through 0, 0? Ramya, is it passing through 0, 0? No. If it is not passing through the 0, 0, it has an intercept. What is the intercept? Y-intercept. Somebody please tell me, what is the y-intercept? Beautiful. So it is not passing through the 0. It is a straight line and therefore it has an intercept. I want you to tell me what is the y-intercept. Yes. In your graph, you extend your y-axis, x-axis, whichever side you want. I want you to find out the y-intercept. Please tell me what is the y-intercept. 0, Ramya? I don't think it is 0. It is -1. Shivani Bakale, I hope I'm pronouncing it properly. Shivani has done it beautifully. So many of you are now telling, yes, it is -1. The intercept is equivalent to -1. What is the slope of the straight line? Please now tell me, what is the slope of the... What is the slope of the inner thing? Don't forget your 2 pi. Beautiful. Intercept is -1. What is the slope? Slope of the straight line. Please find out. 1. You are forgetting 2 pi. You're forgetting 2 pi. There was a 2 pi which I told you, keep it. You have to take care of that 2 pi. Ramya, Shivani, pi or 2 pi? It is 2 pi. Ramya corrected it, I think, herself, and then she told me, yes, the intercept is equivalent to 2 pi. The slope is equivalent to 2 pi. The intercept is equivalent to -1. It is a straight line. What is the equation of a straight line? Anybody? Yes, it is 2 pi, and you keep it up. Wonderful, wonderful. Brief. So what is the equation of a straight line? If I want to write the equation of a straight line, how will I write the equation of a straight line? Please write it in the chat box. Y is equivalent to mx plus c. Beautifully said. Yes, 119 PCM 133. Yes, smart girls. Yes, y is equivalent to mx plus c. Now, in this case, you told me that the slope is equivalent to 2 pi. You told me that the y-intercept c is equivalent to -1. On your y-axis, you have plotted n, and on the x-axis, you have plotted theta, 1 by theta. Substitute all these values in your equation, y is equivalent to mx plus c, and tell me what is the equation. For y, write n. For x, write 1 by theta. For m, write 2 pi. For c, write -1. Beautiful. And Nisarga has done it. It is n is equivalent to 2 pi by theta -1. Is this the equation that you had told me before? Now you are telling me in radians. That time you were telling me in degrees. Are they the same equation? Last time you told me n is equivalent to 360 divided by theta -1. Now you are telling me n is equivalent to 2 pi divided by theta -1. Are they one and the... Yes, Raj, wonderful. It is. So did you get the equation that you were expecting to get by drawing the straight line from the data of the activity? Did you get the formula for yourself, or did I tell you? Yes, you have done it, and you told me that whether I analyze and give you a hypothetical equation, verify it or not, I can also do that from my data with the graph. Now, I hope you have realized what is the importance of a graph and why all the time your teacher is asking you draw this graph in the lab. Okay, I hope you have realized that. So the equation, whether you do it by analysis or by graphical method or whatever it is, are one and the same, and it has been verified, and you told me that yes, this is the relation between the angle between the two mirrors and the number of images. Beautifully done, wonderfully done, very good. And I'm extremely happy that you are able to get at it very soon, and you are able to make your decisions concrete and tell me that yes, this is it, this is it, this is it. Wonderfully done. Now, if that is what you have understood, I'm telling you, I do not want to give you any protractor. Okay, all my angles, I was using the protractor. I had made 60 degrees, 45 degrees, 90 degrees, 120 degrees, and so on. I don't have a protractor, but I want you to find out the angle between two lines. Okay, I want you to find out the angle between two lines. Where will you find out? Probably you go to a beautiful building, and in the building you find that the two walls are at an angle which is not usually 90 degrees. It is something like this. The building room is looking very beautiful. You want to find out the angle between the two walls. Okay, how will you find out? You don't have a protractor. You went somewhere and you don't have protractor, but you can have whatever other things you need.
Madam, sorry for the
Yes,
interruption.
Yes,
Madam,
sir.
if it is possible, kindly share the PPT, madam.
I will share the PPT. 1 minute. I'm asking them to do. They are thinking and giving me the answers. So
Okay,
no
okay.
problem. I'm not worried.
Okay,
What is happening is they are actually young people.
Yeah.
Their hands and legs are always moving. So they cannot keep quiet.
Okay,
They
madam.
want
Okay.
to
Okay.
scribble and they want to trouble me. I
No,
said,
madam.
"No, don't trouble."
I'm
Now
disabled
they
that scribbling is now it is not able.
are,
It is
so don't
disabled.
worry. Don't
No,
worry.
madam.
So when I want, I will show the PPT.
Okay, okay, madam.
Don't worry. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not bothering me at all.
Yeah.
And they have also realized that it's not bothering me and it is not bothering them also.
Okay,
So
madam.
they are occupied. Since they are occupied, they are now doing something better instead of scribbling. So they will
Yes.
give me
Yes,
the
madam.
answer. Perfectly fine. So don't worry. Don't worry.
Okay, carry on,
Okay.
madam. Carry on. Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful. So yeah, Raj has done it beautifully. Now what I was asking you is, I went to a room. It was a beautifully architecture was done. And in that room, I find the two walls are at an angle which is other than 90 degrees. I cannot make out how much it is. I want to find it out. How can I do it? Can anybody give me a suggestion? Yes, using Pythagoras theorem. The angle between the two wall is not 90 degrees. Why? Where is the question of Pythagoras theorem? Pythagoras theorem is for 90 degrees. Mujahid Nadaf. Yeah, you are thinking, but you are going probably in a different world. You want to find out by some other means. I am not able to understand. I'm asking you that if the angle is something other than 90 degrees, and I want you to find out this angle. Can you guess and tell me, or can you do something to find out the angle? Anybody? Anybody? I think you are not able to gauge what I'm telling. I just have these two mirrors like this at this angle. I don't know. I don't have a protractor. I don't know what is this angle. I want to find out this angle. How will I do it? Yes. I'm sure you have understood what you did. Yes. Nadav gave one answer, but I want others also to think and tell me. I don't have a protractor. I have these two lines inclined like this, and I want to find out what is the angle. Tell me what is the angle. Tell me what is the angle. Please tell me what is the angle. Count the number of images. Wonderful. Count the number of images. Tell me now. Count the number of images and tell me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want you to see it properly. I'm not able to show it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I want to show it to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Okay. I can see 7 images. I'm finding it difficult to tell. I'm seeing 7 images plus 1 object. Totally 8. So what is the angle? 45 degrees. That is beautiful. So Meghna has done it. She told me that even if you do not have a protractor, by simply counting the number of images, you can do it. Can you not do the same thing when you go to a room somewhere and you find that the two walls are at different angles? Can you not? You are probably carrying sandwiches and you have aluminum foils wrapping the sandwiches. Can you not use the aluminum foils and find out? Yes or no? Yes or no? 45 degrees you told. Yes, you can do it. Okay. So now you have understood that yes, by counting the number of images between the two walls, where I will keep the two aluminum sheets and make it shine, I can tell the angle between the two walls is equal to this much. Okay, and you have done it 45 degrees, you told me. We can do it for any angle. It's not very important. But now I'm asking you to switch gears. Okay, you are sitting in a room where you have a wall, another wall, and a ceiling above your eyes. Look at the corner. I have a corner over there. I have two walls and one ceiling. There is a corner. What is that angle? Can I guess and tell? Anybody? I have two walls like this, and there is a ceiling, and I'm looking at that corner. Okay, I'm looking at the corner in my house, and I'm telling what is the angle. I don't know whether I can show my corner somewhere. Yeah, this corner. Okay, I'm having two walls and one ceiling, this corner over here. Okay, I want you to tell me what is the angle at that corner where I have two walls and the ceiling joining. All of you are telling 90, 90, 90. Think, 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 think. 90, 90 is the angle between the two walls. It is the angle between one ceiling and one wall. It is the angle between another ceiling and, I'm sorry, ceiling and the other wall. But is the angle at the corner equivalent to 90, 120, 45? Yeah, you're not thinking. Okay, now I think you look at your corner. You look at your corner. You 360 degree. Malama is saying 360 degree. Somebody is telling 60. Can you find out in degrees first of all? Yes or no? In that corner, can you put your protractor and find out the angle of that corner? No, ma'am. Varsha has realized. No, ma'am. No, you can't. Because that is a solid angle. You can measure angles with your protractor, which is in a plane. Okay. You can say the angle between this line and this line is equivalent to this. It is a plane. I can say the angle between this line and this line is equivalent to this. It is a plane. But that corner point is not in a plane. It is in a 3-dimension. Therefore, that angle is called solid angle. You can't find out solid angle in degrees, first of all. So you can't say whether it is 180 degrees or 90 degrees. No, all that you tell in degrees is not correct. So that is written in stir radians. Have you heard of stir radians? Yes or no? Have you heard of stir radians? Okay, I will now just explain to you in short so that you understand what is stir radian, and then we will go ahead. Okay, now what I have done over here is I have taken a sphere of wood and I have want to study what is stir radian. I want to know what is stir radian. So what I'm doing now, okay, what is the shape of this wood? What is the shape of this wood? What is the shape? I'm sure you can see it. What is the shape of this wood piece? It is spherical. Yeah, it is spherical. So it is having a center at the center somewhere over here. Yeah, how do I show? It is over here. Okay. So in that center, what is the angle? That angle that is made at the center in all directions is known as the solid angle. How do I define solid angle? If I look at the surface area of the sphere, divide the surface area by the radius square, that angle at the center is called the solid angle. So if the sphere is having a radius equivalent to r, what is the surface area of the sphere? Surface area, yes, it is a sphere, it is spherical, beautiful. Surface area is equivalent to surface area. 4 by 3 pi r squared, little wrong, Pratibha Nagraj. It is 4 by 3 pi r squared or simply 4 pi r squared. Surface area, not volume. You are writing little bit of volume value. What is the surface area of a sphere? 4 pi r squared. Beautiful. It is 4 pi r squared. So if I divide 4 pi r squared by r squared, how much will I get? 4 pi r squared by r squared. How much will I get? 4 pi. Yes, Pratibha, beautiful. So the solid angle at the center of a sphere is equivalent to 4 pi stir radians. The angle at the center of a circle is equivalent to 2 pi radians. The angle at the center of a sphere is equivalent to 4 pi stir radians. Do you understand the difference between the two? Yes, all of you are saying 4 pi, 4 pi, 4 pi. It is 4 pi stir radian. So this sphere at the center, whatever angle it makes, that angle is equivalent to 4 pi stir radians. Fantastic. Now I want to divide it into two halves. So I made it half. Okay, this is a hemisphere. So at the center, what is this angle? If the angle for the whole sphere was equivalent to 4 pi stir radians, then what at the center, what is this angle? What is this angle? 2 pi star radians. Beautiful. But I want you to write it in 4 pi star radians. So if I want to write it in 4 pi star radians, I will say 4 pi by 2 star radians. 2 pi star radians is correct, but I want you to write it in 4 pi. So 4 pi by 2 star radians. Fantastic. Raj, so many people are saying, Ramya, it is 4 pi star radians, correct? Remember, the angle at the center of the sphere of hemisphere is equivalent to 4 pi by 2 star radians. Now I'm going to play with my mirror. Okay. So I brought one mirror. I want to cover that point which is making an angle equivalent to 4 pi by star radians. Okay. So now this angle is equivalent to 4 pi by 2 star radians. At the center, it is equivalent to 4 pi by 2 star radians. Now, if you look at the mirror, how does that hemisphere look? How does your hemisphere look? Does it look like a sphere? Please look. Yes, yes. So your hemisphere, which is making an angle at any point as equivalent to 4 pi by 2 star radians, is looking like a full sphere. Remember, there we were seeing a sector was looking like a circle. Here, part of a sphere is looking like a full sphere. Okay, so the object space and the image space is having 4 pi star radians, when this one is having an angle equivalent to 4 pi by 2 star radians. How many object and image are we seeing? Please look over here. How many object and image are we seeing? How many object? Yes, yes. Object 1, image 1, 1 plus 1, 2. 1 object, 1 image. Beautiful. So 4 pi by 2 star radians is giving me 1 object plus 1 image. Beautiful. Now I want to cut this into half again. So what I will do, I've taken the wood piece, I've cut it into half. Now at the center over here, this angle is equivalent to how many star radians? Please tell me. How many star radians? 4 pi by 4. Excellent. It is 4 pi by 4. Okay. So this point over here is making an angle equivalent to 4 pi by 4 star radians. I want to cover that point completely with mirrors. So what I will do, I will take one mirror and cover this, one mirror and cover this, and I will keep the point covered. Now, when I keep that quarter of a sphere on those two mirrors, am I getting some sphere, half sphere, quarter sphere, or what? Look at the image. What is the image looking like? It is a sphere. It is a sphere. What was the angle made by this wooden piece? 4 pi by 4. How many image plus object are you getting? Please see. How many object plus image? It is difficult for you to see because this is opaque. So instead of keeping this at this point, the solid angle, this is the solid angle. The solid angle made is equivalent to 4 pi by 4. If I keep one object in front of it, how many images is it making? How many images plus object is it making? 3. Very good. 3 images. Object plus image is 4. 3 plus 1, 4. Beautiful. So when the solid angle was equivalent to 4 pi by 4, the total number of images plus object is equivalent to 3 plus 1, 4. Beautiful. Now I wish to do another thing. I take this quarter of a sphere and cut it into half. So what I do is I cut it and take out this. Now I have this point, which was the center, and this solid angle is now equivalent to how much? What is this solid angle equivalent to? At this point, what is this solid angle equivalent to? 4 pi by 6. Careful, careful. This was 4 pi by 4. Okay, I took this and I cut it into half. So what should this be? 4 pi by 6 or something else? 4 pi by 5. No, you're not thinking. This point, this solid angle was equivalent to 4 pi by 4. Exactly half of that I have taken. Exactly half of 4 pi by 8. Malama, yes, it is 4 pi by 8. Very good. So it is 4 pi by 8 is the solid angle. So this angle is equivalent to, my hand is covering the wooden surface, is equivalent to 4 pi by 8 star radians at this point. Okay. Now what I will do is I will take a mirror, I will take a mirror, I will take a mirror and cover it totally. So that whole point I will cover, and I'm now going to show you what sort of an image I'm getting. Is it a full sphere, half sphere, quarter sphere, 1/8 of a sphere, full sphere? So the object space and image space is always giving me a full sphere, full, every time full. How many images are you getting? It's difficult for you to count because this is wood. You can't see it. So what I'm doing is I will keep an object like this and show you. How many images are you getting? Count and tell me. Count and tell me. Who will tell me? 7 plus 1. Beautiful. Malama. Wonderful. You are getting 4 on top and 4 below. So 7 plus 1. You are getting 7 images plus 1 object. Totally 8. What was the angle at the center corner? This corner. What was the angle at this corner? What was this angle? What is the corner angle at this corner? 120 degrees. Again, you are telling me 120 degrees. You can tell only in 45 degrees. I think you have not understood. This is the angle. This is the angle. I covered it completely with. So what is the angle? Can't measure. Just now you told me why you are saying can't measure. What is the angle at this point? What is this angle? What is the angle at this point? You tell it in 4 pi. What was the solid angle at this point? It is 4 pi by 8. Yes, Meghna, it is 4 pi by 8. So what is the angle at this corner? 4 pi by 8. Definitely true, because it is the same piece that I'm joining it. So the angle is equivalent to 4 pi by 8. When the angle is equivalent to 4 pi by 8, how many images am I getting? How many image plus object am I getting? 8. So how many images am I getting? 7. Very good. Very good. Yes, it is. Please don't answer in degrees. 90, 120, 180. It's not correct. Okay. So please tell me in steradians. So it is equivalent to 4 pi by 8 steradians. Okay. So for 4 pi by 8 steradians, this point when it is 4 pi by 8 steradians, it gave me 7 plus 1 object and image. When it was 4 pi by 4, it gave me 3 plus 1, 4 object and image. When it was 4 pi by 2, it gave me 1 object plus 1 image, 2. So now I think you can guess what is happening. Suppose I say I will find out, I want you to tell me the relation between the solid angle over here. Solid angle over here, I'll call it as phi. The total sphere has angle equivalent to 4 pi steradians. Suppose I want you to write me an equation of the solid angle of a sphere, which is equivalent to 4 pi, the angle phi, and the number of images. Can you give me a relation? I hope you have understood. If you have, yes. If you have not, we will go a little further. Inversely proportional. Yes, it is inversely proportional. Phi and n is inversely proportional. Like how you had given me a relation for theta and n. I want you to give me a relation between phi and n. Think for a moment, you will get it. Think for a moment. I think we are coming closer to our end point. Okay. Okay, I will do it for a little time. Now what I'm saying is we got one connection. We said when the angle is equivalent to 4 pi by 8, the number of images plus object is 8. When the angle is equivalent to 4 pi by 4, the number of images plus object is equivalent to 4. When the angle is equivalent to 4 pi by 2, the number of images is equivalent to object and image together is equivalent to 2. Suppose I want you to find out the angle over here. I don't know what this angle is. Okay, there is a corner. There is a corner. I don't know what this angle is. So how will I find out? N is equivalent to 1 by pi. I think you have not checked it out once more. You do it. Now, suppose I want to find out the angle over here. How can I do it? I can keep something object and see. So if I can keep an object and count the number of images, can I tell what is the angle? Please do it seriously. How many images are there? How many images are there? Oh, somebody has done it. 120 PME. Very good. Just hold on. 4 pi by theta minus 1 is equivalent to n. Beautifully said. Excellent. Whoever it is, PME student has done it and done it correctly. Yes. Wonderful. So somebody has told 13 plus 1, 14. So what should be the angle? If the number of images plus object is equivalent to 13 plus 1, which is very, very correct, what should be the angle at this corner? So therefore, the angle at this corner, because of the reflection, it is so many angles are looking. This angle is equivalent to how much? Yes? Yes? And I know you will do. Yes, 4 pi by 12. Wonderful. 12 or 14? You said 13 plus 1, 14. Why are you saying 12? The number of images plus object is equivalent to 13 plus 1, 14. Then the angle at this corner will be equivalent to how much? Yes. It is 4 pi by 14, not 13. 13 images plus 1 object, totally 14. Therefore, the solid angle is equivalent to 4 pi by 14. I think we went a little too fast, so you lost track of it. Okay. Now you look at the corner where you are sitting on the roof. See the two walls and there is a ceiling. What is that solid angle? Can anybody now tell me correctly? What is the solid angle? How can I find it? You did it. Isn't it like this? This is the ceiling. This is one wall. This is another wall. Isn't it like this? Ceiling, wall, wall. So what is this angle over there? Yes, very good. 4 pi by n plus 1. Beautiful is equivalent to 5. Excellent. Just wonderful. So you have told me the relation. The relation is 4 pi by 5 minus 1 is equivalent to n, or 4 pi by 5 is equivalent to n plus 1, whichever way you want to write. So you can find out the solid angle. The relation of the solid angle and the relation for the planar angle are similar. For planar angle, you told 2 pi by theta is equivalent to n plus 1. Now for solid angle, you are saying it is 4 pi by 5 is equivalent to n plus 1. They are similar. Similar in the sense, in a planar angle, the total space covers 2 pi radians. But in a solid angle, the total space covered is equivalent to 4 pi star radians. So whatever is the total, that total divided by 5 is equivalent to n plus 1. You've done it wonderfully. 120 PCM 053 has shown the value. 4 pi by n plus 1 is equivalent to 5, where 5 is the solid angle. Wonderful. So now I hope you are able to gauge that when I'm showing you this is your ceiling, this is your wall, this is your wall. What is the angle at this corner, I was asking? Isn't this fitting perfectly? Perfectly. Therefore, how many images did we get? Therefore, what is the solid angle? Now tell me correctly. How many images did we get? You have to 4 pi by 8. Meghna, wonderful said. 4 pi by 8. Excellent. So the solid angle is equal to 4 pi by 8. Therefore, any solid angle you want to measure, did you find a method by which you can find out? For measuring solid angle, like we have a protractor, there is no instrument as far as I know. So I cannot take that instrument and find out the solid angle. But now I have found out a method by which I can find out the solid angle. I'm just showing you a piece I don't know whether I can show it to you properly. I've taken some mirrors, joined them together, and I'm making a corner. Okay. Making a corner. Okay. This corner. Okay. I want you to find out the angle of this corner. Can you see? I hope you can see it. There is a corner over here. And that corner, what is the angle? Obviously, it is solid angle. So can somebody suggest how to do it? I have a corner. I want to find out what is the solid angle. What should I do? Yes. Yes. What should I do? I don't have an instrument to find out the solid angle, but I want to measure that solid angle. I want to tell that the solid angle at that corner is equivalent to this much. So how much it is? How will I know? Yes. Four pi by 4, you are guessing. No, I don't want you to guess. Okay. I don't want to. I will keep an object. I don't know whether I can show you. I'm keeping an object. You have to count the number of images and tell. Very difficult for me to show. I will count it and tell you. Okay. I'm difficult for me to show. Then I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 images plus one object. In this picture, in this corner, I'm having 11 images plus one object. So what is the solid angle made by those mirrors at that corner? Who will tell me? I got 11 images plus one object. So what is the angle at that corner? By counting the number of images by placing an object, Varsha beautifully said. So I kept an object, I kept a pen cap. I counted the number of images. It was equivalent to 11 images plus one. Beautiful. Sneha, Karthik, wonderful. Malamma, little off. Yes, beautiful. So it is 4 pi by 12. And I want you to write in terms of 4 pi so that it is easy for you. Yes, pi by 3 is also correct. But I would request you to write it in 4 pi by whatever so that immediately you count the number of images plus object and tell me correctly. You cannot make a mistake. So beautifully done. I hope you have understood how to measure solid angles, how to measure planar angles just by forming images with plane mirror. That is why we were playing with the plane mirror. You have told me the relation for planar angles. What is the relation between the number of images as well as the angle between the two planes? You also told me what is the relation between the number of images and the solid angle, and beautifully told. One was 2 pi by theta is equivalent to n plus 1. One was equivalent to 4 pi by phi is equivalent to n plus 1. It was a revelation. I did not know that there is some relation which is similar for solid angle. We are finding out, yes, it is similar. And by simply using that formula, we can find out what is the solid angle, what is the planar angle so easily. I go to a temple. I see the temple architecture. I love it. Oh, it's beautiful. It's such a lovely. I want to find out what is the angle at the tip where the flag is put on the top. How can I do it? I don't have any solid angle measuring device. How will I do it? Anybody suggest? Yes, please suggest. You have some aluminum foils or you have some mirrors. Yes. Suggest, how will I find out the solid angle? Write on the chat box itself. Write in the chat box. How will I find out the angle? Yes, between the shadow of the temple and the temple. Shadow of the temple, no, you will get only one source, one shadow. You get one sun, then you will get one shadow. You'll get two suns, then you'll get two shadows. By counting the number of shadows, no. By counting the number of images, yes. You can count the number of images. Yes, by counting the number of images, you can tell that this is the solid angle. Okay, so I think I will stop over here. It is 12 o'clock. It is time for you to ask me questions. If you have any questions, please do ask. If you don't have any questions, in the chat box after lunch, I will put one Google form, and I want you to give me your feedback. That feedback will take you just 1 minute. Open the Google form and give me your feedback. Then we'll start the second session. Okay. So totally there are some 200 and odd students. Yeah. Okay. Then I will get that many feedback. I hope you have understood. Now, if you have any questions, please do ask. Veena ma'am.
Madam, we are here.
Yes. Okay. Any particular thing that you want me to repeat, or you want me to discuss with the children? Any particular thing, event that you want? I will do it. Otherwise, I want the children to ask me questions.
Yes, ma'am. The meeting is now open for interaction. Students, if you have any doubts or questions regarding this session, you can ask to ma'am. Interact with ma'am. Raise the hand and ask.
First of all, did you understand anything? Did you like it? Did you get something out of it? Was it useful, or it was waste of time? You did. Okay. I think I can take a picture of the students while they are. Can I take a picture? If I have to see them, I don't want to pin. So I don't want to pin means how do I go?
Ma'am, take the screenshot, madam.
I don't.
Madam, are you using laptop?
I'm using laptop. I don't know how to take screenshot.
Madam, there in the front, top front panel keyboard, there is a print screen.
Print screen.
Madam, in the keyboard.
In the keyboard. Okay.
Yeah. PRTSC, print screen.
Okay. I have to do shift and do.
No. Simply you press that one, and that will be copied. And
yeah,
you
it is
paste at the word.
Yeah, done. No, but I wanted the children to keep their video open.
Yeah.
Can they do it?
Yeah. I will suggest.
Yeah, we can do it so that I can have at least a glimpse of the children.
Participants, please switch on the video. Kindly.
Precious time.
Kindly.
Raj says it is wonderful and precious time. So I hope,
otherwise I will take the printout. I will take the copy and
you can send it to me later.
I will send you.
Yes, you can send it to me
Okay.
Yes.
Dear participant, please open the video.
Okay, we can go to that tiled version.
Yeah,
gallery view.
Yeah. More number of students can be seen.
It is speaker view, that's why.
I changed it, madam. I changed.
Yeah, okay. Okay, children, I hope, yes, some of you are writing, it is useful, so you have understood something. So I'm glad. Hopefully you have followed, but there are certain things which I did not tell, and I hope that you will think about it and come back to me after lunch. Okay, so if you have any questions, I'm sure you will have questions, then you please come back and we will talk about it, right? So shall we now break? Veena ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and we come back at what time? You suggest?
Afternoon session begin at 1:20 p.m. ma'am.
1:20. Okay, you want a break up to 1:20. Perfect. So at 1:20 we come back again and we will spend some time on spreadsheets. All right?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Okay, right. Thank you very much.
Ma'am, one second, madam.
Yeah.
Okay. Dear students, we are again meeting at the second sessions, afternoon and evening, and hope we are having a very nice sessions afternoon. Completely it is on hands-on training, so you will get the complete benefit out of it, and we should meet again in the large number, not only in the YouTube, even in the Zoom also. Madam, in the YouTube there are 125 students are there.
And
we are
Zoom?
having in Zoom around 250, 260, madam.
260. Okay, very good.
Maximum number was
Excellent.
260, madam.
Participation is very good.
Yeah,
But
madam.
I'm also happy with the interaction. Children are answering. So I'm extremely good. Keep it up. So we will have the next session. All of you, those who have a laptop and who know how to use an Excel, can bring it with you. Otherwise, you see and go back home and then practice.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Okay. Right.
Ma'am, let me check whether the students can have any questions right now for this session.
Please do. Please do.
Students, if you have any questions, please raise the hand. I will unmute yourself and so that you can interact with the madam. Please raise the hand. Those students who want to interact with the madam. Otherwise, you please note down the questions, and we are meeting again afternoon and evening session, so we can interact with the madam again. And thank you so much, madam.
Yeah, thanks a lot, sir. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, all the students. And we are meeting again in the large number afternoon and evening session.
Yeah, 1:20 sharp.
Yeah, madam. Afternoon session starts at 1:20 and evening 4 p.m.
Yeah,
thank you.
Please do come at 1:20 sharp. Don't delay. Okay.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.